Hello, everyone. So, special time. Remember how in the episode yesterday I asked my buddy Nick here a bunch of questions about the Avengers 2 Age of Ultron? I'm going to ask him those same questions again, but we're going to have an actual conversation about it. It's going to be like a good nerd conversation. You ready?
Yeah,
Me
always.
too. I'm very excited. Okay. Do you think Loki will ever realize that he had two different Infinity Stones in his possession at the same time without knowing it?
I think he knew. I think
You do? You think he knew it?
He's such a long con villain. I can't help but to think that, just like in the comics, how he formed the Avengers, in the movies, he's forming the Avengers to take care of the greater threat. Because Loki wants to rule Asgard, but he can't rule Asgard if Thanos destroys everything.
Good call. That's good. Who's better on a bike, Black Widow or Captain America?
Black Widow, because she didn't throw hers. Who can ride a motorcycle better? I mean, she's in and out of traffic.
Yeah,
She's
zipping around.
under a semi-truck, and
I know, that was
the
brilliant.
whole scene was great.
I really think that Black Widow can ride a bike better than Cap,
Yeah.
but Cap had the better trick.
I'll go with
throwing,
that. Yeah,
with the throwing
I'll go with that.
into a Jeep.
That was some crazy physics abuse.
I know.
I loved it.
Right? That motorcycle must be impressive to trash an ATV.
I think it's
Armored Personnel.
the-
APC, that's what I meant to say.
like the momentum of traveling forward and then the mass
Right.
of the bike.
Right, just smashed right
Yeah,
into it.
just turned it into a
Those things
missile.
had really, really soft front armor.
Right.
Right.
Per Hydra specs.
Right. Oh, of course.
It's
They're like the Cobra of this universe.
very
a
accurate.
little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked you before, does the Mind Stone have sort of consciousness in it?
Right.
And you said it had sort of a map. Explain that.
I think it's got like a blueprints for what actually is consciousness, like your beingness.
Okay.
And so if you can take that blueprint and apply it to something like Jarvis, you can make a being, you can use that blueprint with your materials to
Okay.
make a consciousness, to make a
Sure.
mind, some
But is it
sentience.
because it's the Mind Gem? Like none of the other ones have that kind of thing inside?
I think that's its power. And then maybe the reality gem has a blueprint for how to make and destroy and break down realities. And so they kind of all have their inherent, whatever it is their domain is.
Sure.
They're the destructor constructor of that thing.
Right. And I understand that they're different in the comic books. It's not the same gems.
The colors are different, but I think they've hit all the names the same.
Oh, all right.
So far.
We still got two left that we haven't heard about.
Soul and Time?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sounds good to me.
Stephen Strange. We'll get some.
We're totally gonna get
Soul
that.
Gem. That's a perfect tie-in.
Absolutely. It's like because in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there seems to be sort of two storylines happening in the films. There's sort of what I call the Earth storyline, which is Iron Man and Captain America, and then there's sort of the cosmic storyline,
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange.
Cosmic is totally the right word too.
Yeah.
That's what they refer to their celestial story stuff as.
Nice.
It's I think we really haven't seen magic except all of the Asgardian magic has been readily
Magic.
it's technology that's
Yeah.
suitably advanced.
Yeah.
So with Stephen Strange, maybe an
real
Iron Fist.
actual an Iron Fist. Oh yeah, it's gonna be brilliant.
Excited for that.
It's a TV show.
I know.
Isn't Luke Cage a TV show too?
Yeah, and Jessica Jones.
Yeah, look at all this.
Oh, it's exciting time to be a nerd.
Good day to be a Marvel fan. Slightly a good day to be a DC fan, but only slightly.
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah.
Batman versus Superman. It's a film.
It's
Wonder Woman. We're getting Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Anyway, but we're talking about Avengers.
Right.
We're talking about Avengers. Right. Okay. Now, really, where do Hawkeye's kids go to school? Because if this is a safe house, there's supposed to be no one around, and yet this jet flies in as if no one's gonna see it.
It's got to be either the University of Phoenix for elementary school children, they
Teleconference, yeah.
Whatever
they telecommute into school.
Right.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I suppose when you've got SHIELD money behind you, you can technically go to school anywhere.
They probably have a SHIELD agent tutor who does this for all the different SHIELD people's remote learning kids.
Right.
Either that or it's like a little barn farmhouse, little house on the prairie style kind of.
Yeah. And do you think that they live next door to April O'Neil from TMNT? Because in the first Turtles movie, you know, the O'Neil farm, where they go out and regroup, I figure it's like right next door.
Right. Yeah. There's like this little part of Iowa that's like where all the super powered or comic book people have their retreat farms.
They get out and they hide out.
Yeah, that's
right.
Right. It's also right next door to the animal farm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Okay. Compare and contrast Hawkeye from the MCU Avengers with Togusa from Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. The virtues and detriments of being the unmodified member of a super team.
Well, they're both relying on a ranged weapon. Togusa has his trusty revolver, and Hawkeye has his similarly antiquated bow and arrow, right?
Yes, but his arrows are great trick arrows.
Sure. And Togusa's, revolver has fancy, hollow point rounds and stuff too.
Right.
But it's the reliability of the revolver is why he wants it.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
So they both are like these throwback characters to like the precursor Avenger, the precursor Cyber Police.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think they kind of filled that same slot on the team.
But you definitely see the connection between the two.
Oh,
the
absolutely.
Correlation.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think that they killed Quicksilver as a way of showing the finger to Fox and their X-Men?
I feel like I know the answer to this one because I've read a few interviews with Joss Whedon talking about the scope and scale of doing an Avengers movie with a cast this big and with so much destruction and so much on the line. Somebody had to die to show that this type of thing has consequences.
Okay.
And what are they going to do? Kill their second female superhero character?
All right, fair enough.
So she's and everyone else has a franchise. So Quicksilver is like the logical
kind of
choice.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. Now here's my question. So they kill Quicksilver, right? And yet they're able to regrow Barton's skin.
Right.
Well,
maybe
there's Fury, and he's in his sickbed, in Winter Soldier, and he can come back. Why in the world, if they make an entire point in this film that there's someone in South Korea who can regrow tissue, that you can't put it into Quicksilver?
They can't regrow organs, maybe, because they haven't regrown Fury's eye.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
or
they can't
Odin's
do
eye, for that matter.
It's good for the image.
Yeah, well, it's he sacrificed it for knowledge and whatever, right?
And it's probably trademarked.
Yeah, it's a part of his
right, because Disney owns him now. So
yeah,
it's trademark. You can't change it.
No. Right. Intellectual property.
Right.
Now Peter Quill is with Kitty Pryde.
What?
She's his squeeze. They're in space.
Really?
She's got a space prince.
Like in Excalibur? Or is she not Excalibur anymore?
She's left. She was a teacher at Xavier for a while.
Okay.
And the Jean Grey School for Mutants, whatever it was after he.
Ooh, spoiler.
Sorry. And then now she left there and she's off having a space fling.
Well, good for her.
It's kind of a cute couple, right?
Right on. I like that. I can see it.
Yeah.
She's only been 17 for 30 years.
But they had this long distance relationship thing with like Star Wars hologram communicators where they were chatting back and forth in the background of their different comics.
Different books. Oh, yeah. That's nice.
I
like
get to see it develop a little bit. It was cute.
Oh, that's really great. I like that. Hey, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, beyond... Okay, so Thor is your favorite Avenger.
I love him. The revels, the drinking, the fighting.
Hey, it's good. Who doesn't love revels?
Right? Exactly. I love Thor. All right.
I love revels. Who's your favorite villain?
Ooh.
Comics or movies?
Comics or movies. I love the Joker because I love the idea of using, gags to kill people.
Sure, right.
Like shock noses and things like that. It's really fun.
Yeah, beat someone with a rubber chicken.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I think that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Well, Loki's a great villain. Just, the trickster aspect is really fun. Also, us trolls originally are Norse.
Right.
In origin.
Absolutely.
So
and he's
I gotta
at least
represent.
half troll.
Yeah,
Full troll?
He's got to be.
Yeah.
Somehow. Maybe in his heart.
It's his ice giant. That's what it is. Ice
giant.
The
ice giant, yeah. Who's also a good villain? Pepper Potts.
Ooh.
Great villain.
Interesting.
Capitalist to a core.
Ah.
Big fan. Smoking hot. Okay. Well, Nick, thanks so much for stopping, mate. It's been really fun. We can talk comics anytime.
Anytime.
Perf. All right. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this more in-depth question and answer. This is Nick. I'm Felton. Ta. Mwah. Give him a blow kiss.
Mwah.
Mwah.